Look, welcome to Terry's Tips, guys. Get a notebook, get a pen, because they were talking about 5 steps to building business credit, guys. Literally, a ton of you are building business credit and you are overwhelmed, you are frustrated, you are confused. So my purpose for doing this video is to break it down into 5 steps to simplify it for you so you can execute at a high level. And I'll do my nugget at the end. So first, I'm going to give you a real quick overview of the 5 steps so you understand what to expect in this video. Then I'm going to deep dive and tell you exactly what you need to do in each step. Got it good. And guys, a nugget right here. You do not have to be a completely self-employed entrepreneur to build business credit. Anything you do is a business. I actually recommend that you guys incorporate your side hustle. So if you do hair, you do nails, you're a landscaper, you're a tutor, you wrote a book, you have a podcast. You know, if you're a barber, like guys, anything you do, you sell t-shirts. Anything you do, anything where you have knowledge, skills, and experience, and you are sharing information, or you have clients or customers, I don't care if it's one a month. Guys, incorporate that thing and build business credit, because could an extra $1,000 a month help you? If the answer is yes, then literally these steps are going to be critical for you, okay? So the 5 steps. The first step is, this is your overview, okay? The first step is going to be credibility. This is, are you a legitimate business, period. The second step is fundability. This means, how does your business look on paper, and are you in position to get funding from lenders? Step number 3 is going to be credit. What does the business owner's personal credit actually look like as part of the approval criteria to qualify for more money? Step number 4 is going to be banking relationships. I'm going to talk about data points and how you can leverage some of your personal credit and banking relationships to get funding and business credit. Okay, and step number 5 is going to be your trade lines. I'm going to break down the tier system of building business credit. Okay, and nugget right here. Guys, as I'm outlining these steps, if there's anything that you do not understand, I have 3 resources for you. The first one is I have a 10-part free business masterclass. I will link that. I have a business credit building free playlist right here on YouTube, which is just my business credit videos. And I have videos on each corresponding item for you. So if I say get your duns and you have no idea what that means, I have a video on just your duns, okay? And then the third thing is I have a business and personal credit bundle. Guys, the investment is only $147. I usually never even say prices in my videos, but that's the amount you guys do for your hair, for your nails, for Uber Eats. Guys, get the training you need to build your wealth. Got it good? All right, guys, so step number 1, I'm going to break down what you need to do in each step. Step number 1 is credibility. This is going to include incorporating, getting your EIN, and getting your DUNS. Those 3 things. Okay, so incorporating. I recommend incorporate.com or InkFile. Why? These are online services. They specialize in small business formation across the entire USA for any kind of business. I even have in my business credit building playlist a separate video on just registering your business, okay? So you want to be a legitimate business under this credibility piece. Not a DBA, not a sole proprietor. Look, I don't want to hear nothing in the comments. I don't make the rules, but I'm telling you how to qualify for the 6 and 7 figures, guys. Okay, so incorporating your business, then getting your EIN, right? That's your tax identification number. Whether you have employees or not, this is critical to building business credit. Now, why? Because as you're securing business credit, you want to be in your business name, your business EIN. The whole point is to separate it, right? So your personal credit is your personal name, your personal social security number, and your date of birth. For your business credit, it will be your business name, your business EIN, and your DUNS. So you need your EIN number because you're going to be supplying that as you're building business credit and as you're securing funding. And then your DUNS. This is like a universal identifier for business credit. You get it through Dun & Bradstreet, and I will link that video. So in credibility, these 3 things. You start here, okay? Guys, this video is for my brand new people and for some of my vets, because some of the people who've been doing this for a while have missed some of these steps, and that's why you're not getting the results that you desire. So incorporating your business, getting your EIN, and getting your DUNS. Step number 2 is fundability, okay? This is, how does your business look on paper? Do you look like a legitimate business and a business that lenders want to actually fund? In this step, you're going to include getting your business website, getting a business phone number. You also want to have a social media presence or some type of presence. So you should be able to Google your business, guys. And you also want to have, I want you to get your bank account in this number, guys. I wrote me some notes, so I'll make sure I didn't forget anything for you. So for your website, guys, you still need to have an actual website. Now I want you to think about it. If you're looking for a lawyer, you're looking for an accountant, you're looking for a hairstylist, you're looking for a moving company, guys, you Google them or you look them up. And if they have no website or anything at all, you're like, I'm not sure if this is a legitimate business. Well, the same is for you, guys. Looking good on paper means the person with one employee and it's just them can get the same amount of funding when they do these things the right way as the business that has 500 employees. And that's real talk because I've seen and helped people do that. This is a wealth building ministry and I've helped thousands of people across the USA. So success is in the details. Your website does not have to be super amazing. It could be a one pager that gives information about you, about your business, maybe, about the CEO, some photos, your hours, your location, what you do, your logo, your purpose, your mission statement. No, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but you just want to have your actual website because you're also going to use that to get your professional email. You should have a separate phone number, right? So you have your personal phone number, you should have your business phone number. It's even better. Come on, somebody, if you have a toll-free number, okay? And then, like I said, also having a social media presence. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but again, you should be able to Google your business and it should be able to come up. Maybe you just even have a LinkedIn page. You don't have to be a great big social media influencer, but again, you should be able to Google your business and something comes up because that's part of the underwriting criteria for some lenders. If they Google your business and nothing comes up, that's a red flag. And to be honest, if you're honest with yourself, if you Googled some businesses and nothing came up, that'd be a red flag for you too. Come on, somebody, okay? And getting your business bank account. Getting your business bank account is important because that's like the first step to saying you are a legitimate business. Now, why? If you are a business, your intention is to make money, right? Now, this is a wealth building ministry, so we're also trying to help people and bless people and all of those things, but there's going to be an exchange. You cannot have clients and customers and you cannot exchange for a business or service if you have no business bank account. So if you have issues and you're unable to get a business bank account, the only thing I'm going to say right here is clean up those issues. Come on, somebody, okay? So that's in Fundability. Step number 3 is your credit. Everybody building business credit should have a goal of having their personal credit scores on all 3 bureaus being a 700 and above. Now, why? Even though you're building business credit in the very, very beginning, if you are a brand new business, you have no revenue, you've been in business for a year or 5 years and under, guys, is really kind of considered a brand new business. Don't miss that nugget. You're still considered a new business, which is high risk, usually the first 1 to 5 years. If you've been in business 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you are still considered a newer business, guys, okay? So as part of the underwriting criteria, sometimes they will check the personal business owner's personal credit, even as a soft pull sometimes, even if it doesn't go on your personal, right? As part of the approval criteria. So you want to have a 700 and above because they're saying this business is new. They don't have a whole lot of revenue. So let's see how the business owner manages their own credit before we give them some business credit. Guys, these steps literally can get you $50,000 to $100,000 plus in the very first 3 to 6 months. I've seen it myself. We've done it myself. I've done it for my wealth warriors, okay? And even right here, nugget, just by having a business, doing the fundability and credibility and having 700 and above personal credit scores, guys, this is where right away you can get a business credit card. A lot of times you can get like American Express, Chase, Capital One, because they're not solely focused on how much revenue you have at that point, but getting unsecured revolving credit in your name because you have all the first steps in place and you're a business owner with 700 and above personal credit scores is a game changer. You will be able to fast track getting business funding for your business. Period. Okay, guys? And again, I will link my training if you need more assistance. And you can also become part of our Wealth Warrior community in Patreon, where I do monthly live workshops and trainings. Okay, so credit. Step number 4 is your banking relationships. Write this down. So whoever you have your business bank account with, and you should have done that in step number 2, Fundability, this is where you're making an appointment with your small business banker. Guys, I don't care if you're brand new, you don't even have any money in there yet. You let them know, hey, I'm a business owner. I have a business bank account with you. I want to know what kind of funding you have available. This works. I've had people get business bank accounts, business auto loans, business term loans, business business lines of credit from the same bank they have their business bank account with. Why? Because you're leveraging that relationship. So once you have a data point in their system, right? And a data point just means that they have done business with you already. So having your business bank account, guys, this is a back end hack. Having your business bank account with them is giving you a data point in their system. They're more likely to work with you. The other reason is because there's a lot of funding at these banks, guys, a lot of funding, especially at the regional banks, that is not advertised on their website. It's not in their commercials. It's not on their pamphlets. So you don't want to ask the teller, don't ask the security guard, make an appointment with a small business banker so they can let you know about what funding they have available. Guys, one of my banks, I have multiple banks. One of my banks was Citizens, right? No promo for them, but this is what happened. And with my small business banker, I made an appointment with her, and she told me about $150,000 business line of credit that they had. You only needed a 650 credit score. That business line of credit was not advertised anywhere else. The only reason why I knew about it is because I had that conversation with my small business banker. Now, in this banking relationship step right here, this is step number 4, guys. Anything that you have personal credit with, you can also see if they have business credit and leverage that way. So if you have personal American Express, you may qualify for Business American Express. If you have personal Chase, you may qualify for Business Chase. If you have, personal Capital One, you may qualify for Business Capital One. It also works with the banks, with the loans, with the auto loans, right? So your action item right here is get a copy of your personal credit report from all 3 bureaus. Look at the companies you currently have credit with and see. Guys, I recommend you kind of Googling online or going on the website online and see if they have business funding. And then you're picking up the phone and you're saying, hey, I have your credit card with you. I am a business owner. I want to know if I qualify for your business credit card. Guys, have a conversation. Okay, guys, and step number 5 is trade lines. Guys, do not get hung up on this word. Trade line just means account. And for business credit, the more trade lines, AKA the more accounts you have reporting to the business credit bureaus, then the higher your score, the stronger your business credit profile. I just did a whole video on business credit reports. I've done a whole video on business credit scores. Again, that's in my business credit building playlist. Okay, guys? So tier 1 are your easier accounts, right? Those are some of your vendor accounts, your net 30 accounts. Those are accounts that they're not looking a whole lot. They're not looking at your personal credit. There's usually no hard inquiry. They usually don't report. They're not going to report to your personal. But the key, guys, is when you're using tier 1 accounts is that you're using companies that report to the business credit bureaus. Let me say it again. The key is to use accounts that report to the business credit bureaus. Now, why? Because there's probably like only maybe 20% of business vendors actually report to business credit bureaus. When I outline companies for you, actual companies, and here I'm doing an outline of the steps, but I have videos where I give you actual companies. I actually highlight companies that report for the specific reason of you guys building business credit. So you guys can have credit with somebody, but if they don't report to the business credit bureaus, it's not helping you build business credit. That's something many of you miss. So the tier system means you're going to go to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. Now, what does that mean? When the tier 1 accounts are kind of lower level, but they will give you credit right away, and you're making sure you're having like 2 to 3 in your tier 1 accounts, you got approved for them and they're reporting before you're moving on to tier 2. Let me give you an example. It's just like going to school where you have first grade. You have to pass first grade before you go to second grade. Then you pass second grade before you go to third grade, right? So many of you guys ask, when should I move on to tier 2? You should move on to tier 2 when you have 700 above personal credit scores and you've gotten approved for some tier 1 accounts that are reporting. When you've also had a conversation with your business credit bank and they're saying, well, we can't give you credit yet, you need some more things. Well, then you're moving on to tier 2 and getting trade lines right there, okay? So tier 1 accounts, I recommend at least like 4 to 5, then tier 2, same thing. Like you can have I could say you can actually have like 3 or 4 in tier 2, 3 or 4 in tier 3. And then by that point, you should be strong enough if you're doing all these other things. I'm even going to include right here corporate credit cards. I will link that video, right? But those are a way to have trade lines that are reporting to the business credit bureaus to build business credit. So guys, when you know what needs to be done, credibility, fundability, credit, banking relationships, and trade lines, all you're doing is saying, this is step number 1, you're executing. This is step number 2, you're executing. This is step number 3, and you're executing. You're monitoring the process, which is why I say, look at your business credit reports so you can make sure that as you're doing the activity, it's actually reporting, and then go get your money and build your empire. Amen? All right, guys. And for my nugget, guys, your time is your most valuable asset. Your time is your most valuable asset, not your money. The only difference between people who are wildly successful and the people who are struggling is what they spend their time on and who they spend their time with. Who they spend their time with. And I mean it. Stop giving people that do not have the results that you desire so much of your time. You're on the phone with them, you're texting them, you're DMing them, and these are people that do not have the same goals. They're not aligned, they're not pouring into you, they're actually draining you. Guys, when you're in a season of elevation, and you have to be strategic and wise. When I'm talking to my 7 and 8 and 9 figure people in my network and my friends, they are super strategic about who they're interacting with every single day, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. So if you're looking at those 5 people that do not have the results you desire, they are draining, they are negative, they do not pour into you, they don't support you, they don't see your vision, they think you're crazy for doing all of this, then I'm not saying don't interact with your family and friends. What I'm saying is be wise about your time, set some boundaries, and be strategic about focusing on spending time, money, energy, investing with like-minded individuals who are moving in the same direction, who you spend your time with and what you spend your time on. Amen.